What are some of the things that you've learned? Hey, this is what makes a good call when a engaging customer is calling in because hopefully they want to buy something. What do we want to do in handling those phone calls? What's some secret sauce that we can pass on to our listeners today?
As a senior team member of communications, I've been listening to phone calls for our team members.
Mhm.
And two things: you just have to make them feel heard and be honest with them.
And you're really good at that. So not only do you answer phone calls, but as you lead our team, you're coaching all of the team
Mhm.
members. And we have a super secret form, but all of our team members know you're grading all of the phone calls on 10 questions because customers calling in, they want to have their question answered, but they also want to be heard. So what are some things, let's say someone's calling in with a complaint. How can we teach people who call us and say, hey, I have a complaint about this widget or this product, or my bill is not what I think it should be? How do we let the customer know that they've been heard?
For me, I'd say you have to be empathetic and patient because that's really helpful, especially when you're dealing with frustrated clients over the phone.
And one of the things I have found it helpful to articulate back to the customer calling in. So you're
Mhm.
calling to me about your bill, and it sounds like you're frustrated about this. You have to be a little careful because sometimes it'll just go into a vent session all the way out into left field. But they want to know that they've been heard because
Mhm.
I know when I have talked to call centers, this will be one of the big things that Americans will have problems with. You call a call center, you tell them, I have a problem, my widget does not work. And they're like, so you're calling to add a new phone service line. You're like, no. And it goes back and forth. And this is where things go really crazy. So, CJ, how do you make sure that when people call in, our team is responding appropriately so the customer doesn't get even more angry?
When I'm coaching them, listening to their phone calls, I always make sure to ask them to acknowledge and repeat back, not to the point that they're going to parrot the patient, of course. If it's straightforward and easy to understand, they do not really need to repeat it back word by word. Just an acknowledgement that, hey, I've heard you and this is what you're calling for, and proceed in pulling up an account and not pull up an account and just proceed with asking questions again, because that's not good.
No, it's not good. And that's where someone will get even more and more frustrated.